Hello everyone. We are meeting after a long gap, and very recently the UPSC 2024 got over. So, how do you feel about environment question? I hear from many of the students it is comparatively easy. हाँ? थोड़ा easy होगी, but still we have to explore the pattern by comparing this year with the previous year's questions, you know, from the environment segment and whether this pattern is important or not as of now. With the question paper, we are going to discuss, right? Fine. See this. How I'm going to do this analysis. This analysis will be mainly based from three perspectives, right? Like, let me take a free slide. Yes. See this. So from three perspectives, we will analyze this, the paper, that is why this question has been asked. Okay, so we'll answer for why and from where the question has been taken. कहाँ से वो question लेना, है ना? So that way. And third, how? How is the question? कैसे है वो question कैसे है, right? So I'll be saying from three perspectives. Why I am doing this analysis is that it is the duty of every student to do it once the question paper comes in his hand. Then only you will be able to know your future pattern, how the questions are coming nowadays and how it will come, where to focus, how to focus. That is why this video itself I have mentioned as analyzing 2024 and also analyzing the pattern for 2025, expected, right? So before going into this analysis part, hey, Deko, I have shown a book for you. Just a minute. See this. This is the book. I hope you can see the cover at least. Yes. So this book is written by me and Laila sir. Like with the Pearson publication. Why I am proposing this book for you is that for the past 2 years, this book is doing great. Okay, so that is why I am confidently and boldly telling you that this book written by us in 2024, this book got published in January 2023. In 2023 exam UPSC, 7 static questions इस book से आया. In 2024, the environment, even though the environment, only environment questions I'm saying, only environment questions has been reduced. Still, 5 static questions has come from this book. That is why I am suggesting this book for you, right? You can also have a look at it. Now, so let us start the analysis part. Okay, how we are going to analyze the question. One by one, I'll do it. See, this is one question which has come in 2024 exam. Just a minute. Yes, let us erase this. वो क्वेश्चन देखो, वो क्वेश्चन किसके बारे से है, किसके बारे में है, देखो. Environmental Protection Agency. So the question is like this. According to Environmental Protection Agency, which one of the following is the largest source of sulfur dioxide emissions? You got this question. Then see, if you had watched my videos, previous YouTube free sessions or my class, if you are my student, attended my classes, I have told many times, कई बारे में बताया मेरे क्लास में, मेरे free sessions में, that this particular type of pattern of question is frequently coming in the UPSC exams. Environment session. Go and check if you don't believe it. See this. Pollution. From the pollution part, I have segregated segment wise in my book. So for pollution, climate change, and other global issues, in that we have put pollution. And if pollution, under pollution, I said that this is one fixed pattern, right? UPSC is continuously asking questions. So any name can be here: sulfur dioxide, carbon dioxide, nitrogen oxides. Okay, like this, it can be methane. But anyway, so it can be an emission, it can be a pollution, water pollution or something, but pollution will be there and they'll be asking for sources. So although this particular news, last year, कई newspapers say, repeatedly there were newses related to this, and various international sites also, they have released a report about it. But I can say this question is static as well as dynamic. It is not purely a dynamic one. Okay. So for dynamic means last year in most of the newspapers, news channels, newses came. So the answer you all know by now, you would have known it because already, everywhere the answers has been published. So this is the answer. But मैंने किताब में एक tabular column बनाया. So there I have mentioned about this. You can see, I can show that. So let us go to the next question. Before that, I'll also show the answer for this question. See this. Can you see? Yes. Yes. See this particular segment here. We are having sulfur dioxide emissions. And the major source of it is burning of fossil fuel in thermal power plants. We have already mentioned. That is why I told you, static hai or dynamic hai. Okay. And the Environmental Protection Agency has released a report. That is why it was mentioned in the question paper like that. Okay. Okay. So now we'll go to the second and, asking about this particular pattern. If you want to, ask me whether this will be coming in, future exams. Future exams say, आएगा or आएंगे. If you ask me like that, then I will tell you, definitely we will be having the pattern, but, immediately it may appear or not appear. That is not, known clearly. But in the future exams also, we will be having this pattern, right? So then come to the next one. See this question. This second question, Yes. So what it is given, there are two statements. So the statement 1 says that India does not import apples from the US. Statement 1. Statement 2 bataya, India, the law prohibit the import of genetically modified food without the approval of the competent authority. Watch closely. Statement 1. India does not import apples from US. If you have gone through the newspapers, most popular newspapers where they are telling you sources, for the UPSC students read this newspaper, read newspaper, padao, a newspaper padao. They are telling, everywhere they are giving you some suggestions. Even if you have read that newspaper, this particular news was there in one of the newspapers, popular newspapers for UPSC, you can say that. See, I'll show you that. So that's a source. That's a source for dynamic. They are not going somewhere to alien planet and taking some question and giving to you. It is there with you only. You can see this. Import of US apple, rice, 40 times in 3 months. This news came in December 2020. Can you see this? Take-o. December 2023, this news came. That means when you're writing an exam, it doesn't immediately will not drop or ban. So if you have read this news, definitely you would have known that statement 1. Statement 1. Come to statement 1. Statement 1 is India does not import apples from US. It's totally wrong. Oh, galat hai, no? Galat hai. Come to the second. So suppose you know this, if you have read this, your answer is in your hand. आपका हाथ में आंसर है. देखो, this one, statement 1 is correct. Okay, statement 1 is correct. Then come to statement 2. India, sorry, I'm sorry, I have, confused. Statement 1 is incorrect, right? So this statement 1 is incorrect. What are the options which are having statement 1 is incorrect? Only this is the option. So this will be your answer if you know this. अब वो नहीं बताया, then come, if you don't know, आप नहीं जानता हूँ, then come to the statement 2. Statement 2 also you have to explore. In India, the law prohibits the import of GM food without approval of competent authority. This also came in the newspaper. See this news. This also came in the newspaper. A very popular newspaper only. If you have read it, then you can short click the answer. So India's apex food regulator, this is the topic of that article, and the Food Safety and Standards Act 2006 prohibits import, manufacture, sale of GM food without this body. Without FSSA approval, it is banned. You cannot do it. So the law prohibits the import of GM crops without the approval of competent authority. वो सही है, वो statement सही है. So as we said, this is wrong, this is right, and it is confirmed that the D is the right option. So answer is D for this. You know the answer already, I think. So this type of questions, they have taken from 2 current affairs, merged it into one, and have given it for you. So dynamic, it can come in any way, right? Now we'll go to the next question. See this. And one more thing here is that you have to note about the GM food. Several times I have said in the classes, GM crops are always attracted to by UPSC question makers. So when some news comes about GM crops, they will definitely take a note of it and give it in your question paper. That is why, so the statement 2, they have mentioned about the GM crop point. Now let us go to the third question. You can see this. Yes. The organism cicada, frog hopper, pond skater. This is, a frequent pattern which is asked in UPSC 2 years before, 5 years before, 7 years before. Also, you can see a pattern like this. Cicada, frog, and here it is like a cicada, frog hopper, and pond skater. And I have told long back in the classes also, even in the sessions, you would have seen that this pattern always appear in UPSC. What they will do is that, so कैसे आते हैं UPSC में इस type of pattern? First, they will give a pair of names like this, and they will ask to you, what are they? Are they bird? Are they mammal? Are they reptile? Are they anything? Any 4 options they will give and ask you to pick it up. Second, they will ask which of the below, which of the below are mammals, which of the below are birds, which of the below are insects. Like this, they can ask something, butterflies. Like this, they would be asking, they'll be giving 4 options for you. So see this. You may think that, okay, fine, I accept, I agree. This pattern is asked. How can I study for this pattern of question, this type of question? Very, very rarely they will be giving, randomly they will pick up the name and give, very rarely. But most of this type of questions also comes from the, relied source, like a newspaper you take, and press releases of government, and there is national and international news channels, international organizations, anywhere this news would have appeared. Last year, in 2024, that is in the starting of the 2024, there was news all over channels, international news channels you would have seen. They released reports related to the dual emergence of cicada. This is the heading you would have noted, dual emergence of cicada. There they have drawn, sorry, not drawn, they have published picture of that insect, the cicada. You know, this is very interesting insect. This insect annually also they come. And there is something called as periodical cicada. The news is about periodical cicada, where the cicada, two types of cicadas. One 13 years, another 17 years once. मिट्टी के बाहर आते हैं. So still that they were under the sand, under the soil. They were under the soil. They come out after 13 years. They come out after 17 years. That is periodical cicada. This time, दोनों टाइप में एक that is same year they have came up. जैसे year से आया, जैसे year से बाहर आया, है ना? That happened 221 years later. So this news has been published everywhere. There you would have seen. See, I'll show that. I'll show that for you. Can you see this? Cicada dual emergence brings chaos to food chain, and they have drawn the insect picture. So if you would have read this news, you have seen this insect at list. अब मालूम है क्या आंसर है? It is C. Okay. So now, so that is why I'm saying randomly they will not be giving. Somewhere from your newses or articles, somewhere they will pick it up. So when you're reading, you cannot simply neglect an article when it comes in the newspaper about some animals. So if the article, animal के बारे में आते हैं, वो not interested, you're not reading it inside. Ana? So that is a problem. So you will miss the answers, right? So come to and this pattern is very popular pattern in UPSC for environment. You'll be getting it again and again. So then come to the next question. See this. Yes. So this one. Come to the fourth question. See this. Consider the following statements. Okay. That's the following statement. Statement 1, atmosphere is heated more by incoming solar radiation than by terrestrial radiation. Statement 2, carbon dioxide and other greenhouse gases in the atmosphere are good absorbers of long wave radiation. Students, see this. Mostly when people trying to analyze the question, they'll put this or they will segregate it in the geography segment. A question है ना? So a question geography section के अंदर रखेगा. But the thing is that you cannot completely separate environment from geography, okay? So even in your NCRTs, there is a proof. You would have seen that. Back of the geography NCRTs, they'll be giving environment. So this particular question is a proof for that. You can see statement 1 is completely a geography portion, which you would have read in your geography book. NCRT, the 7th NCRT itself, they have explained about it. That atmosphere is heated more by incoming solar radiation than by terrestrial radiation. Nahi. वो totally गलत है. It's wrong. So this statement is totally wrong, right? And come to statement 2, carbon dioxide and other greenhouse gases in the atmosphere are good absorbers of long wave radiation. This is right. This is a static area. It's a static area. It's not a dynamic question. So far, we have seen 3 questions. Mostly the 2 on the previous second and third is totally dynamic. But it's a static question. So this I have written in my book. मेरे किताब से, मैंने लिखा. 1 minute, I'll show you. See this. Sorry. This one. Can you see this? Yes. See? It is written here that the greenhouse gases is a topic. You can see the GHG, which produces the GHG effect, are CO2, methane, nitrous oxide, ozone. Okay, this type of everything I have mentioned here. These are called GHG gases. And I have explained how this the radiation warms the Earth's surface and the atmosphere. Okay, and you can see this. the amount it reaches the surface when it gets absorbed, the energy so absorbed by Earth is remained in the form of long wave IR radiation. The atmospheric gases absorb or trap some of this IR radiation and do not allow, okay, them do not allow them to escape into the space, right? Right. So this is how we can say that the GHG effect that is explained here. Okay, so it is given in the book. It's given in the book. So if any good book would have written about it, and I hope you would have written this answer rightly, right? So first is wrong, second is right, as you would have seen this. Okay, so statement one is incorrect. Again, you can go for this particular option. No, statement one is incorrect. So option D is the right one here, right? Then come to the next question. So this is basic question. It's a static one. Then come to next question. See this. Consider the following statements. Okay, so it is given like statement number one. Many chewing gums found in the market are a source of environmental pollution. Okay, so then they have also written statement two. Many chewing gums contain plastic as gum base. दोनों statement है. दो statement है. First statement is talking about पहले statement क्या बताया? It is telling that chewing gums found in the market is a source of environmental pollution, right? So you may wonder why chewing gums are a source of environmental pollution. Come to statement two. Many chewing gums contain plastic as gum base. Dear students, this is completely a current affairs question, dynamic area, and there is another one smart approach to, stick to your current affairs. You may ask me, madam, अरे यार इतना सारा करंट अफेयर्स है मार्केट से एवरी एकेडमी इज रिलीजिंग मंथली 250 topics 100 topics are yearly they are releasing 350 360 something like that. What should I study? What should I remember for environment alone? How I will learn 350 topics, madam? Tell me. If you're asking me like that, there is one smart way you can do your current affairs. Anna, a deep study of certain current affairs. How you can do it? Follow the pattern that you give a deep reading. And there is another smart approach. We used to continuously tell in our videos. The year-wise classification will help you a lot. Same way, the chewing gums. 1848, the first commercial production of chewing gum. First production of commercial chewing gum started in this year. 175 years before it started, there was an article in one newspaper. They covered this, how this chewing gums and all is manufactured. So that article appeared in the newspaper, and from there they have picked up this two statements. दोनों statement उधर से ले आ, है ना? देखो, I'll show you the source for you. Then I'll come to the question. You can see this. See this. Plastics in chewing gum, a sticky solution. Okay, so the situation. This is not solution, sticky situation. This is the topic in under which the article is published. See this. What's in a gum? They have talked about gum base, petroleum derivatives, plastics. They have mentioned all plastics, all type of plastic, vinyl acetate, polythene, okay, butyl rubber, all these. So these ingredients are disguised under the name gum base on labels, but these are plastics which provide these gum, the chewing nature. No, when you are putting in your mouth, the chewiness that's coming from this gum. So that is mentioned in this article. Not only that, come to the next page. Come to the next page. Yes. See this. Come to the next page. Chewing gum environmental impact. This contribute this much tons of plastic pollution annually. The first line itself, the first statement itself is saying that right to us. So now, as of now, we have known from single news. Okay, so they have taken this two statement. So both are right. So many chewing gums contain plastic as gum base. That is right. Chewing gums found in the market are source of, yes, that is right. And this explains this. So we can say both statement 1 and 2 are correct. And statement 2 explains statement 1. Right? Statement 2 explains statement 1. Because of this plastic gum base only, we are getting pollution. You saw that 1 lakh tons of plastic pollution. So this is the right statement. So both are correct, and statement 2 explains statement 1. Now, come to the next question. So as of for current affairs, I said I have given one approach, the pattern in which it is appearing. And if you are asking me, and I already told that pollution is very important topic, they'll be focusing on pollution. Already we have seen one question in pollution, that is sulfur dioxide pollution. And now it is plastic pollution with the connecting with chewing gum. And you know that there is one beauty in asking questions. When they're asking the sources of pollution or about pollution, they will not ask about the conservation strategy about pollutions and all. But when they're asking conservation strategies, that is this Minamata Convention, Cartagena Protocol, when these types of questions are appearing, this kind of question about which is circulating about pollution will be very very less or will not be there. आप देखो एक बार देखो क्वेश्चन है ना पहले क्वेश्चन देखो you can see that very clearly there will be only few one question or very limited 2 question and then some 5 questions from the conservation part they will be asking or sometimes no question about the pollution they will directly ask about conservation. If they are asking about pollution there will be no question from the conservation part. So see this now we could guess a bit, right, when we are doing it for 2025. So now come to the next question. See this. Yes. See, consider following pairs. Consider following pairs. And they have said that country and the animals found in natural habitat. So don't tell me, madam, this is very new. Naya hai. I have not heard anywhere. No, already, even in my classes, I have said about this type of this pattern, ye pattern, oh, jahra gaya. That is repeated again and again. Jahraya Gaya, I can say in Hindi. So it's repeated again and again. That means since last 10 years, you would have frequently seen this kind of questions in your question paper and see this. But one change is there. What they will do in the previous year's questions, they will always mention about the Indian species and some species which belongs to India and the neighboring countries, naturally found in India only. That way they will give a statement. That means some species like one horn rhino and all you take. So that means they will be saying either right option or wrong option you have to choose. That means the species belong to India as well as the neighboring countries. Or sometimes only to India, endemic to only certain areas like Nilgiri Thar you take, it is only endemic to the Western Ghats. So it will be very easy for you. But this time they asked some countries, they have given countries outside India and they have given a species. That's a major difference, right? So, and see this bonobo. Here also, there was a news about bonobo and Indri. Indri is in endangered status. So, Indri is a species which belong to only Madagascar. Okay. And bonobo is a species which, belong to Congo. But elk, it's a deer species which is spread throughout the America as well as Asia, parts of Asia, you'll find elk deer. So this too already came in the news. And if you are reading your environment static portion properly, you would have come across this elk deer somewhere mentioned. So here you see all the three are mismatched. Okay, all the three are mismatched. This is wrong. This belongs to Congo. Indri belongs to Madagascar. And this belongs to America and Asia, parts of Asia. So how many pairs are correctly matched? None. And, not only this, in the future, I'm also saying for future, no? So not only natural habitat, the theme term here, you have to keep in mind. One is the naturally found, which is given here. Okay, so you would have found in the previous questions, when you're walking in the Himalayas, what are the trees you naturally found? What are the animals you naturally, this kind of question has had come. Now, endemic, this is another word you have to keep in mind. Third is native. Which are the species are native? Naturally found means artificial intervention nahi hai. Naturally वो species स्थान में है. वो स्थान में वो species है. That is naturally it is there. You are not introducing it inside. Like how we are introducing now cheetah insect. Once it was naturally found, not now. But come to endemic species, endemic matlab like, it stan merak, raho. That means it can live only in that place. If you take it and put it somewhere else, it will not live. The condition will not help to live. But native means kya hai? Utpatti ka stan, where it originated, where it came from. That is native species. So this three you have to keep in mind whenever you're reading a species. The three word you have to keep in mind. Questions can come in the future like that. Okay. Then come to the next one. See this. This is a news about bonobo, which I have put here. You can see that. Okay. Then come to the next question. Lions. See this lions. Sorry. Lions do not have a particular breeding season. Unlike most of the big cats, cheetahs do not roar. Unlike male lions, male leopards do not proclaim their territory by scent marking. There are three statements. And you may ask, why suddenly they are asking about lion? A pattern, a popular pattern in UPSC. I already have taught you. Don't read all the animals. Sara animals, you're studying. But what is the use? उसका उपयोग क्या है? No, it is not going to help you. See, you have to be, that's why I told you, some news has to be there. Year-wise classification has to be there. Again, we are coming for year-wise classification. Mr. Lion, no. Huh? This fellow, 1972, the first project started, Lion. Then there were two Lion projects which got started in between. Asian Lion Reintroduction Project in 2004. 20 years. Okay, Asian Lion Reintroduction Project. Asiatic Lion Reintroduction Project. Then again, Project Lion, which was introduced in India in 2020. So this in 2025, completely 5 year will get over. We already told in year-wise classification for 5th year, 1 year before they can ask or 1 year after they can ask. So in 2024, they focused on Lion. And in my rapid revision series, when you go and see in the YouTube session of the Unacademy articulate, you can see I have mentioned that there is importance for Lion project and Cheetah project, because Cheetah is continuously taken from Africa and put it in India, and they are putting in India, no? So dono species so bahut important hai. They may not ask about the project. है ना, UPSC वो project में नहीं पूछा. Instead they can ask about the species itself, about the species. About the species means वो क्या पूछे, क्या पूछा, what and all they can ask. First, वो कहाँ रहते हैं, वो कहाँ कहाँ रहता है, वो क्या खाते हैं, है ना? So like this, what it will eat, where it live, what is its character, what is its status, उनका status क्या है? Status मतलब rich and poor. वो status नहीं है, IUCN status I'm talking about that. So lion and cheetah, you can see that they compared both lion, cheetah, lion, leopard. And you would have seen again, not only this, there was also news related to this particular species. See this, I can show you that. You can see this. Why can only big cats roar? Okay. And in the big cats, why can't cheetahs roar? That was a news article which was released. See, if you have read this from the popular magazine, it was in the magazine. If you have read this, then you definitely know, unlike most other big cats, cheetahs do not roar. Okay, cheetahs do not roar. Yes, that is right. And then come to this two statements. So two is right. Two is right. Come to the third statement, because when you are able to assess the third one, you can easily identify the answer. Unlike male lion, male leopard do not proclaim territory by scent marking. मेरे class में कई बार बताया, big cats always mark their territory. There are 7 big cats. Why this question again? Not only airways classification, launching of International Big Cat Alliance. In my current affairs area, I have discussed about International Big Cat Alliance. Then also I told you will be getting question from big cats. Question came. Yes. So in the Big Cat Alliance, they have mentioned about 7 big cats. And when I'm telling that, I told you all big cats have the character of marking their territory by urinating. So that is right. And if you know this, even if you have watched my classes and if you have observed it properly, you know this is wrong. Anna? So unlike male line, male you, but do not, they have given do not proclaim the date. So this is wrong. If this is wrong, then all these three options cannot come. So this is right. Even if you don't know about this and this, you can easily mark it with the help of third. Now come to the next question. See this. So this pattern is very important, students. When you're reading some news related to some animals or something is celebrating some year vices and all, careful and read about that particular species. Okay? Or something status has changed, endangered to vulnerable, vulnerable to endangered, then take note of all this. And we'll move to the next question. See this. Which one of the following is the correct description of 100 million farmers? So this question is, it's not a current affairs. It's not a current affair. It's a general knowledge question. And mostly in the environment books, you will not be finding this except in the, current affairs materials. You will see this. In 2021 itself, they launched this project. Then you may, ask me, why they have asked now? See this. There is a connectivity. This 100 million farmers was launched around 2021 by World Economic Forum. But very recently, WEF has released a report related to the financial model they are using for 100 million farmers in 2023. This report has been released, okay, by World Economic. So that is how this particular thing again appeared in news, and you would have, even if you would have seen that, then you definitely would have read what it is. So when you open the site of this particular fellow, WEF, see this, it is completely in the first page. They've given 100 million farmers. This and from the first line itself, UPSC has framed the question. Okay. Yes. Then now come to the next question. See this. Which one of the following shows a unique relationship with an insect that has co-evolved with it? And that's the only insect that can pollinate this tree. अरे यार कितना time है बताया आपके पास? Oh, this type, that is interaction unit, is very, very important. From interaction unit, you will get a lot of questions. And one such example is this. Interaction. Another question is also coming. In the interaction, pollination is very, very important. Mutualism. Under mutualism, I have explained pollination for you. And they have asked about this particular thing. You know, in my book also, I have mentioned the classes also, I clearly explained it. Fig, every fig tree. See, fig has different species of fig trees there. That means varieties, various varieties of fig is there. Each variety has one wasp to pollinate. Not every wasp can pollinate a fig, every fig. One wasp, one fig. That is pollinator partners. We call this as pollinator partners. That is fig. Okay, you can close your eyes and click it. And it is in our book. You can see this. I have mentioned it. And in the class, I have explained it very clearly for you. Right? See this in the book. We have mentioned it. Yes. Pollination. Under pollination, you can see that. Animals, see, sometimes in order to evade the cheater, certain species have pollinator partners. Okay. That is fig tree wasp, orchid bumblebee. So fig tree and wasp is the correct option. And this, especially there was an article also related to it where there is co-evolution of the wasp along with the fig tree. Then only you can protect the fig tree, otherwise it will go away. Okay, so this way we can see this question is from the interaction unit. Okay, then yes, in future also you will be getting questions from the interactions among organisms. You will get questions. Now, consider the following. See this 10th question. Consider the following, and they have given butterflies, fish, frogs. Which of them are poisonous? This is a very basic question, students. You need not, nobody need to teach you. You would have heard somewhere in the classes itself. कई बार मैं बताया वो butterflies, monarch butterfly, told about monarch butterfly during adaptation, है ना? And this particular butterfly will taste very badly. That is, it is some kind of poisonous butterfly only. Similarly, the fish, because of because of some, plant they are eating as a caterpillar. Okay, so then come to frogs. This also we know that dart frog, for example, even we have here that some kind of tribals, they used to dip the arrowhead in the frog's back, and then they used to aim at the enemies and they will die because of poison. We have heard it. But come to fish, there is an article related to it. Very recently in the 2024, beginning of 2024, there was an article in a popular newspaper, which you're reading for your UPSC only. They have mentioned up 10 most venomous animals in the world. That was the article. In the January 2024, it got published. In that, they have mentioned about fish, especially stonefish. Okay. So it has come in the newspaper. That is why they have picked it up. Don't think somewhere else they have taken the why they suddenly ask which of the above animals are poisonous or below animals are poisonous. Why a question, Aya? Nothing. It came in the newspaper. The word they picked it up. And one option from this, other two, normally basically you would have known that was put. Okay. So come back to the question. See this. See the question where it is. So all the three are poisonous. So all three is the answer. So here you can see C is the answer and you know the answer very well. Now come to the next question. Next question. See this. Consider this. See again, I told you. पहले में बताया इस वीडियो में you will get questions from native, naturally found, endemic. It came here. See this. What are they have given 3 trees name, trees that are actually native to India. Native from the initial, when you see the paper itself, you can easily understand. Red sandus is an endemic species to West. It's an endemic species. Okay, and okay, endemic species which is found in the Eastern Ghats, and other two we have never heard about it. Even about red sandus, I have written in my book. You can see here. See this. See, it is an endemic species found in the Eastern Ghats. Yes, can you see this? Endemic tree species found in Eastern Ghats and is restricted to the Eastern Ghats. Okay, so endemic means it is found only in that place, right? Now, so you have to have some guess and common sense when you see this. Papaya, cashew, and there was also an article related to cashew and papaya, separate articles in a medical journal. There they have mentioned from where this tree has, or this particular species has come. Okay, so which are native to India? Only one is the answer. Only one is the answer. Yes, only one. Right. So other two are belonging to Americas, North America, South America. You'll find this tree in Mexico, all these places. Then come to the next question. See this particular, and that is a repeated pattern, students. It will repeatedly come. This particular question is completely, I have covered it in my rapid revision series. You can see that. Go and check it once more. So in the rapid revision, even I have given the proof for you. See here, this is how I thought in Sriram's IAS when I was teaching about per and polyfluoroalkyl substances, PFAs. मैंने बताया इस type pattern both, again and again it will repeat in the UPSC exams. Something comes in the newspaper or some news articles, some substances, especially the plastic related substances, the bottles, like this, they will be taking the fly ash, something which comes in the newspaper, and that they will take it and they will describe about it. They will give statement number 1, 2, 3. They have given like that, right? So they have given that this perfluoro alkyls, what and all it will do, everything is in that, which I have taught in the Sriram's IAS. You can see that. So it is found to be widespread in drinking water, packaging material, not easily degraded. Exposure to PFA can lead to bioaccumulation in animal body. So all three are right. Yes. So that is answer is D. And this pattern, Khai bar aya. So every now and then you will find this pattern. So it's a very important pattern to take care. See this? This is the rapid revision series when I am teaching. And you can easily see that everything is mentioned here. Bioaccumulation in fish and wildlife. It is found in electric wire, food packaging. So all this, you can see it contaminates drinking water sources. All the point are there. Now come to the next question. See, one of the following regions has the world's largest tropical peatland, which holds about 3 years worth of global carbon emissions from fossil fuels and possible destruction of which can exert a detrimental effect on global climate. This was in the news. This article came in the newspaper, and it was describing the Congo Basin, the largest peatland. You can see the article. Can I show it? So it's a dynamic question and it came in the newspaper. See this critical ecosystem, Congo Basin peatland. Okay, so even it was published in UN site. This particular article was there in the UN site. From there only they have taken it. It's the world's largest tropical peatland along with Brazil and Indonesia. The peat swamp forest of Congo Basin. It stores 29 billion tons of carbon. Direct question. So nothing complex. They did not, confuse you or do something. They directly asked this question. Again, interaction unit. Again, interaction. See this. And a second question from interaction unit. I told you, I don't know how many of you remember, but I told you in the class that here afterwards, these topics will gain more importance. Similarly, I don't know till how many years they are going to hold importance, but as of now, it is important. See, they have asked about parasitoid species. In our book, I have written about parasites, hyperparasites. I have not mentioned about parasitoid species. I have left it, but now I feel very bad. Because see this, carabid bed beetles, centipedes, flies, termites, wasps. But in the class, I have mentioned some places, I have mentioned about it. Some parasites. What is parasite? Parasite, उनका host वो उपयोग करते हैं, है ना? So they will use the host. They will drink the blood. They will suck the nutrient. Even plant and animal can be a parasite. But parasitoid species means it will not only use the host, but it will kill the host. उनका murder होगा, है ना? So I can say what are the and if you suppose you don't know this and you know what is parasitoid species, because there was a news also related to it, you can see easily in the class. I have several times told that centipede is a carnivore. It will hunt and eat. Okay, carnivore. It is not a parasite. Come to termite. Termite is a oh क्या कहते हैं, लकड़ी खाते हैं वो, termite लकड़ी खाते हैं ना. So this is a herbivore, we can say. So that's a carnivore and this is a herbivore. Then come to beetle, fly, wasp. That is the answer. So only three is a parasitoid species. See this, there is an article related to it also, giving this as a diagram, braconid wasp. So then they have said in the article there is something like this. They kill the host they feed on, and what and all can be a parasitoid species? They have mentioned it here. Wasp, bees, flies, and some beetles, you can see. Okay, and the insects, moth and other insects are identified as parasitoid. They have taken from this only. Come to the next question. See this, consider the following plants. This is third question from the interaction unit. And I have already told several times, वो देखो, वो leguminous plant, legumes, वो mug up करो, मेरे book से, मेरे किताब से मैंने लिखा. Okay, I have given a list of legumes. So wedges I have given, peas and beans families. All the three are the answers, and only three from this is the right answer. That is C. You can see I can show you that. I can show the proof for that in the book how I have mentioned it. See here. Students, we have written it. At least you would have read the book. If you read it thoroughly, you would have known that. See, soya beans, groundnuts, I mentioned here in the book. So this is what they have asked. I told you. See, some of them asked me, मैंने पास पूछा, Madam, why are you writing big everything examples? Interaction unit, why have given examples for everything? I told you, बच्चा वो आते हैं, exam से आते हैं, पहले आते हैं, future also आएगा. You have to read it. Similarly, they have asked again. So far, 4 times they have asked this peas and beans, the legume plants, they have asked in different pattern. This is 5th time, I think. This is the 4th time or 5th time. But in the future also, they will ask. Okay? Now, come to the next question. Come to the next question. Consider the following statements. This is the last question. The Indian flying fox is placed under the vermin category in the wildlife. So species description is always asked. Previously, we saw about lion, tigers, cheetahs. This is second one, Indian flying fox. Why? Came in news. Dynamic. Current affairs area came in the news. Placed under the vermin category in the Wildlife Protection Act 1972. Right. Indian flying fox feeds on the blood of other animals. Galat hai. Indian flying fox is a pure vegetarian. it will not suck the blood of it's not a vampire. It will not suck the blood of other animals or something. So statement 2 is wrong. So I can say that statement 1 is correct, but statement 2 is incorrect. You can see this. This is a news which came about the flying fox in a very popular newspaper. A bat which for vigilance while roosting. Okay, so you can see it is in the article. From the article only they took the statements. You can see this. Okay. It's a flying fox. It's considered vermin. Anna? Yes. That's it. Students, see this. See this. We have seen the questions so far. Anna? We have seen all the questions of UPSC. We have done it. The thing is that one thing which will the ring in your mind is that, madam, make kaise padna chahiye, है ना? So how should I read environment and how should I study about environment? You please tell me some idea. Give me some idea, right? So I can say that it's very hard only. The thing is that there is no single source for taking questions. Okay, there is no single source. There are 4 sources which you have to rely on. First is newspapers and completely national newspaper, international newspaper, news channels. Okay, national, international. Third is that government sources like Press Information Bureau here. Okay, so government sources is very important, and international organization, sites of international organization is very, very important. And also you have to study the static portion that is in your hand. You can study, you can take some book, you can read it. So static portion is important. Okay, you can see the NCRTs, you can read it. NIOS materials, you can read anything, whatever you like. है ना? आपको क्या पसंद है वो आप read करो, पढ़ो. But for current affairs, I think you cannot completely do it. Right? So current affairs is, you can say that, madam, this is so bahut jada hai. How can I do it? So for that, I have thought an idea that this year I'm going to help you. Okay, so we will launch a program here for freely. You can see that. Okay, so you can learn from it. You can get benefit from it. So where I will be posting some current affairs associated with the static area also. So current affairs associated with static area. I will give it for you. Dekho. And you have to use it in the right way. Yes. So we'll meet again. And thank you all for watching this.